Do you remember when I showed this a long time ago? Where Serena Williams was getting a gold medal because she won the Wimbledon ceremony in London. And pay attention to the flags. So it was really windy, and this happens. Pay attention. So the flag falls. So that flag, it fell on August 4th. Okay, do you see the date, August 4th? And I'm going to show you why that's important in a moment. And notice that it happened in London at a Wimbledon event. And Serena Williams was the person receiving the gold medal when that flag fell. And notice it's got the EL in Wimbledon. I told you EL means God in Hebrew, so it's El Don. And I told you the Don has to do with Donald Trump. You see, and DON equals 33, by the way. Okay, so the U.S. flag falls on August 4th. And in this video, I'm going to connect Serena Williams to both these events that I'm predicting, okay? One is the ELVIS Seattle event, which is going to happen around June 11th. And the other one is Trump gets his head wound on August 4th, most likely in Ohio. And I've been saying this for a long time. And so that flag fell on August 4th. And now I'm going to connect it to Trump. Remember, the flag fell on August 4th. So in the United States, every year, Flag Day is on the same day, and that day is June 14th. And why is this important? June 14th is Trump's birthday. Are you getting the connection here? So when the flag fell at Wimbledon, okay, the flag fell at Wimbledon, like I said, in London for the Donald Trump at the Serena Williams event. It was on August 4th. And Trump is the flag. Do you understand? He's going to get his head wound on August 4th. But he's going to survive the head wound. So now I'm going to show you some connections to the ELVIS event that's going to happen in June in Seattle, Washington. Notice what Serena Williams' initials are. SW for Seattle, Washington. Okay? Now just ask yourself, what is the coincidence that there's a movie coming out about Serena Williams, the Williams sister, and their father, whose name is Richard, their father, okay? And look what they're calling the movie, King Richard. It already came out, I guess. You know, I didn't hear anything about it. But look who the actor is of who's playing the father, Will Smith. And what is his initials? WS. Just like Serena Williams is SW for Seattle, Washington. Okay? And interestingly enough, Serena Williams was born on September 26th. He's born September 25th. Look at that. One day apart. But because he was born in a leap year, he actually was born on the 9/26 day. Because the September 25th, becomes the September 26th day because of the leap year day. And anyway, the reason I brought that up is because it's got the king in it. Because Elvis was known as the king, and Seattle's in King County. Seattle, Washington, Seattle's in King County, and their initials are SW for Seattle, Washington. Will Smith also. So, like I said, they start with SW, Seattle, Washington, Will Smith, Serena Williams, SW. S is the 19th letter, W is the 23rd letter, makes 42. Okay, and I told you, Elvis died at the age of 42, and Washington's the 42nd state. And, Venus Williams is Serena's sister, and Venus's initials equal 45. And Trump is the 45th president, right? He's the number 45, And watch this. Look how I connect the 42 and the 45 again with Serena's father now. The movie they're making about him, right? Called King Richard. This is Serena's father. He's born on 2/14/42. Look at that. It's the 42 number for the year. And the date, 2/14, February 14th. February 14th is the 45th day of the year. You see? There's your 45. So February 14th is the 45th day of the year, and he was born in 42. There's your 4245 again. And where is the 4542 zip codes? It's in Ohio, where I told you Trump's going to get his head wound. I don't know where in Ohio, but most likely in Ohio. I mean, I have an idea, but I'm not going to mention it now. But anyway, 4542 is in Ohio, where Trump's going to get his head wound. And this beautiful specimen uses a Wilson tennis racket. It's got the W. And if you turn it sideways, it's a 3, but forget about that. But if you look at it from both sides, it would be considered a 3 and a 3 if you turn it the other way. You get what I'm saying? Like both sides of the racket has the number on it. So it would technically be a 33 racket. You get what I'm saying? But anyway, the W stands for Wilson, right? But really, it's for Washington. Do you get it? And racket sounds like rocket. You know what I mean? Racket, rocket. Because I told you Elvis is the rocket man. If you've been watching my videos, you know what I'm talking about. And I told you Washington is going to get a head wound, just like Trump's going to get a head wound, but the state of Washington is going to get a head wound. And isn't it interesting? There's a tennis racket called Head. You see that? And it's shaped like a head. You get it? Like a face or a head. The tennis racket. Oh, man. And this guy was just recently in the news, all right? And you know why tennis is in the news? The reason tennis is in the news all the time is because, see, Elvis was he lived and died in Tennessee. Okay? He wasn't born in Tennessee, but he lived most of his life in Get it? Tennessee. See, it's got the 10, right? For the Tennessee, and it's got the is, just like ELVIS. You see? And Love, Elvis's mother's name was Gladys Love. And there's always love in the tennis game. That's how they keep the points. Love this and love that. And on June 11th in 2020, Seattle called their protest that they were having the Summer of Love. You see? And that was on June 11th. The mayor, this creature named Jennifer Durkin. And I told you it was called the Chop Zone, because they're going to chop the head off of King County in Washington. You understand? This is no joke, folks. I don't know why, but that reminded me of this. it had the word love spelled backwards right here in this iPad goat stupid video. And I'm sure that it's just a coincidence that the word tennis equals 8181. And look, 108 over here, because Elvis was born on 1/8. Look at that, 8181 18. And look, the 162 is the June 11th, is the 162nd day of the year, you see? Which is the day I told you that Elvis is going to somehow manifest after the spectacular event in Seattle. Like I said, it all connects to both my predictions. Look at this. Trump gets his head wound on August 4th in Ohio. And you'll see why I just mentioned Ohio again to you in a moment. But look how lucky this guy is to get this beautiful specimen. I mean, he's just so lucky. How did he get this lucky? I can't understand it. This is this is her husband. And do you know what nationality this guy is? He is Armenian. And I'm Armenian, okay? You understand? What is the chance of that? And let's see this lucky dude's name. Look at that. You know what this lucky dude's name is? Alexis. Alexis. His name is Ohanian. Okay, he's got the OH for Ohio. Look, Ohanian. That's where Trump's going to get his head wound, in Ohio. You see? Everything's connected, man. And look, he's even born in the 1983 year. I told you 1983 is the only year that equals 216. If you put 1983 into the gematria calculator, it's the only one that equals 216. And 216 is August 4th, the 216th day of the year. Okay, but here's where it's really fishy. All right, this is no coincidence. He was born on April 24th. And why is April 24th interesting? Remember, he's Armenian, just like I am. And I told you the Armenians were the first Christian nation as a people. They were the first Christians as a nation. And April 24th, he's born, this Ohanian. Let's see why April 24th is interesting. April 24th is Armenian Genocide Remembrance Day. Every year, the Armenians do this on April 24th. You see this? Again, like, what is the chance of all the Armenians, that they'd have to pick that one with that date? And interestingly enough, April's the fourth month, so it's 4-2 and 4-2 backwards. Same thing, the 42. So remember, I told you that Serena Williams, the initials SW equals 42, just like Will Smith, his initials WS equals 42. And Washington's a 42nd state. Elvis died at the age of 42. And let me show you another connection to the 42. So she's Serena is born on September 26th, okay? And Elvis, he died on August 16th. Forget about the year. So August 16th, Elvis died, and Serena Serena was born on 9/26. So the year doesn't matter. Forget about the year. No matter which year you put in, it's going to be the same. August 16th to September 26th is 42 days. You see? These are not coincidences. Okay? Real quick, I'm going to show you a few more things. So remember this number, 816. Watch this. Now check this out. So from her exact birthday to the year she was born and everything, Serena was born, to this year, June 11th, the day I'm telling you the Seattle event is going to happen this year. Look at this. It's 40 years, 8 months, 16 days. Look at that. 8 months, 16 days. There's that 816 again. up to that day. If you include that day, it's actually 17 days, but it doesn't matter. It's 8/16. All right. Again, a connection. And look, see these four numbers right here? 8/4. There's your 8/4 also for the for the Trump event. Actually, this is Obama's birthday. Look at that. 8/4/61. He was born. And look at that. 488 months and 16 days. It's that 8/4 again. And I told you the 1/6. Trump is born in the 6th month. Elvis is born in the 1st month, and Tennessee's the 16th state. Everything, and Elvis died on August 16th, 8/16. I told you all these things match. And remember, this is the exact day that Serena was born. Do you know who died on the exact day that Serena was born? On the exact day and year. Who died? Let's see. Fred Trump Jr. died on the exact day and year. That was Trump's brother. Okay? And he has the same name as his dad. Okay? Because Trump's dad was Fred Trump. So this is Fred Trump Jr. Donald Trump's brother died the exact day that Serena was born. Okay? And how old was Fred Trump when he died? Look at that. 42 years old. You see? You see what I'm saying? And here's another brother of Trump that recently died. He died in 2020, and he died on August 15th, which is one day before Elvis's death date of August 16th. But look, this was a leap year. So August 15th actually landed on the August 16th day. So he actually died on Elvis's death date, technically. Oh, wow, I forgot to mention this about Will Smith. Remember, Will Smith has the initials WS for Seattle, Washington also, which also equals 42. But look where he's born. In Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And if you've been watching my videos, I've been showing you how important that is. Because remember, I just showed you that Bob Saget was born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And why is this important? Why is the fact that Will Smith is born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and that Bob Saget, who just recently died, born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania? Because I told you that it's the PA. And I told you that APP equals 33, the word app. APP equals 33 because P is the 16th letter and another P is 16 and the A is 1. Okay? People are doing construction in my apartment building, so if you're hearing weird noises, it's stupid construction. Anyway, so if you take the two initials of P and P is 1616. Forget about the A for right now. So it's PP is 1616. And I've shown you this 100 times, that from Elvis's birthday, January 8th, the day he was born, if you go forward 1616, which is 1,616 days, it lands on June 11th. 1616. Do you understand? Okay? The PP. And I told you, if you just change the years to land on a leap year, same dates, but leap years, it becomes 1617 now because of the added day. And I told you 1617 is connected to Trump and Elvis because Elvis died in Tennessee, the 16th state, and Ohio is the 17th state. So there's your 1617, and 16 plus 17 equals 33. Okay? These are not coincidences. And look, you have 4 years, 5 months, 4 days. It's the 45 or the 44 because Trump is the 44th person to become president. But he's also the 45th president. Okay? Okay, folks, this is the last information I'm going to show you. Get ready to have your mind blown. So, remember, this is the alphabet, and this is what it equals. A equals 1, B equals 2, and so on. So S is the 19th letter of the alphabet. W is the 23rd, right? And I told you 23 plus 19 equals 42. Seattle's the 42nd state, and Washington is the 42nd state, and the initials SW stands for Seattle, Washington, right? And Elvis died at the age of 42. But look, now this is the alphabet forwards. Let's do the alphabet backwards and see what SW equals backwards. Get ready to have your mind blown. So now if you start the alphabet backwards, instead of A equaling 1, A equals 26, let's see what S and W equals. W equals 4, S equals 8. 8, 4. Do you see what I'm saying, man? That's the Trump head wound day. August 4th, 8-4. S and W backwards is 8-4 it equals. So one more time. That way for the people who are not getting this. S is the 19th letter, W is the 23rd letter going forward. If you did the alphabet backwards, where A is 26 instead of 1, and Z becomes 1 instead of 26, the S is the 8th letter now instead of the 23rd letter. It's the 8th letter now. And S is the 8th letter instead of the 19th letter of the alphabet. And W, instead of being 23, is 4th letter. Okay? So it's 8-4. And interestingly enough, the forward numbers of 8-4 is HD. You see what I think of when I think of HD? HD, is like high definition TV, HD, right? And I told you H is the 8th letter, D is the 4th letter. There's your 8-4, right? And TV, T is the 20th letter, V is the 22nd letter. TV equals 42. You see? So you see what I'm saying? Is this unbelievable or what? But all you have to remember is that SW going backwards equals 8-4. That's all you have to remember. Do you see how crazy that is? Let me tell you something, folks. I could do another hour with all the information, the connections I have to this, but I'm just going to end it with this. So Venus Williams, the sister of Serena, is born on 6/17. And it just so happens that June 17th is the 168th day of the year, which is the 16-8 backward. Elvis's death date was 8/16. And check this out. I put a leap year in because I wanted you to see that on a leap year, from Elvis's birthday to June 17th is 162 days, but normally it's 161. And the only reason I'm showing you this because the 162nd day of the year is June 11th. That's the only reason I did this, why I put it on a leap year, to make that 162. I have one more very important thing to show, so just bear with me. So remember I told you earlier that Seattle, Washington is the 42nd state, and Elvis was known as the Seattle, Washington is the 42nd state. Elvis died at the age of 42. Serena Williams, the initials SW equals 42. VW, her Serena's sister, equals 45. 42, 45. Because Trump is the 45 and Elvis is the 42. Do you get it? Because he died at the age of 42. And Washington is the 42nd state. Why is 42, 45 so important? You see what 42 plus 45 equals? 87. And why is this important? Elvis celebrated his 87th birthday this year. If he was alive, And I told you Elvis anagram is lives, you understand? Or Levi's, or Evils. And Dr. Evils is back in the news. I'm going to do a video about that because that connects to the Space Needle. which I've shown many times. But look, it's 87. You see, 42 plus 45. Elvis is the 42. Trump is the 45. Do you get it? I told you, folks, this is all supernatural, what you're seeing, all right? All this information comes from the Holy Spirit. Do you not understand? Anyway, don't get my predictions mixed up. End of video.